Hello, friends and neighbors. Swaggin' Man Piper 1926 here. Running late to T-ball practice. I hate Mondays. With that being said, I hope you've had a good one. If there is such a thing. This morning, my wife was knocked. I think she got to school around 7. And by about 10 o'clock, she had sent me a message. Well, I think it was more like 9:30. Sent me a message saying that she'd already twisted her ankle. And sat in paint. Had one of her students had dropped her yoo-hoo, and it busted. And she told me she was really looking forward to that. So that was my wife's morning. I cannot wait to hear what the rest of the day held for her. So yeah, hopefully you all are doing better than us. Smoking some Seattle Evening in my Savinelli Sherwood Rock Dryer, shape 122, I think I said it was. Put it in my pocket upside down, and that could be bad. I don't know how many of you out there often use Zippos, but if that fluid leaks out, that'll give you a nice burn on the skin. Which, of course, would probably go hand in hand with this Monday. Although it is Monday, it is pretty here in southern Ohio. 70-some degrees, sun shining, trees are starting to green up. As far as the actual physical day, it's not been that bad. You know, it's not been rainy or unpleasant. But that's about where it is. So, you know, pipe went down again. Congratulations to all the winners from Armchair Ed's Golf. And I was really surprised that I didn't get any disagreements, I suppose, from my little VR. I was kind of anticipating it, because I feel like I went a little bit left to center. But hey, you know, it all falls to an opinion. So, you know, it is what it is. We are growing up some nice little house chickens, which if you all have never had chickens before, you need to keep them in a, well, we keep ours in the house until they get so big, and you know, we start putting them outside. You know, you got to keep them under heat on them until they get used to like regulating their body. So adds a little bit of a mess, a little bit more dust. Occasionally, if you don't keep up with it, it can be a little bit of a smell. But I enjoy the little chicks. We have currently have 11 chicks, and the ones that I had bought are about a week ahead of the ones that Kayla hatched, my wife. And she also did a little trading with one of the guys that help out there at the school, and gave him a couple, and he gave us one that he believes that is or will be a rooster, or is a rooster, that I've affectionately named Junior. Now, Junior seems like a well-mannered little chick, but my son, whenever she first showed him to me, I said, we'll call him Junior. He said, no, Dad, we can't call him that. I said, why not? He said, well, I've already picked the name out. I said, really? What'd you pick out? He said, Fire Chicken. I said, no, son, we can't name him that. And because, for the reason is that there is a guy that we have in my office. That's his actual name is Phoenix, but his nickname is Fire Chicken. So I cannot, in good conscience, do that. So Junior it is, because he is probably about 2 weeks or so behind everybody else. So he's just now starting to feather out on his wings, where everybody else has feathered their wings and is gradually, getting feathers on the body. But makes life a little more interesting, having those little bitty chicks peeping every now and again, or losing their mind essentially whenever you walk by. But most of them are respectively even-tempered. So if you all are on the fence about getting some chicks, I still highly recommend it if you're able. Especially if you have young children. It's important for the children to know a bit about farming, even though having chickens isn't exactly having a farm, but it's still worthwhile, I think. But other than that, it's been fairly quiet this past week. It's interesting watching t-ball practice and dealing with my son that'll stand out there and pick grass and not always pay attention, which I'm of the old, I guess you'd call it old school. When I was little, we didn't have t-ball. T-ball came, I was older when t-ball came about, so it was, you were taught essentially the basics of baseball, and with Coach Pitch. So, this whole hitting it off of the tee and everything, and kind of standing out there, and the kids running around like chickens whenever the ball comes nearby. Yeah, it's a little aggravating whenever you were essentially taught the other way. But, whatever gets them to having fun and to get out and play sports, play baseball. So, kind of an eye-opening there. So, that's about 10 minutes of nothing. So you folks take care of yourselves. Hopefully I'm not making anybody sick, because I wanted to get this made before dark. And you folks out there, you take care of yourselves. Try and get you some chickens if you can. If not, hey, play a little baseball with your kids. They'll appreciate you for it. And remember, folks, it costs us nothing.